I'm speed reviewing your portfolios and calling out the most obvious design mistake in each one. The first thing you need to fix, the thing that means I probably wouldn't go any further. Follow along and see if you can spot the biggest mistake in each. And if you've responded to Rand's calls for submissions on X, you might just see your portfolio in here. No code Carlos. Layout is the issue here. We've got this left bar navigation, line to the top and left. Then on the right, this is aligned to the vertical and horizontal center. There needs to be a clear hierarchy, balance and rhythm to this layout. Not there. Make your idea happen. Okay, this is much better hierarchy. We've got a huge headline here, and I like that with some time, with some personality and some interesting color choices. The first thing that stands out to me as a problem is using that same font in places where it's illegible. So I can hardly read these with the really tight tracking in the nav. And you've used it here, Design Studio. It's a shame because the work looks nice and we've got this sort of show reel going all the way through and there's some, interesting branding work here. And it works as a big title, but it doesn't work as a small title. It definitely doesn't work like this as a testimonial. I think just that one change, this is a top site, so great work. Custom Webflow websites for pet businesses. That is not a niche that I expected to see today, but here we are, 88 design. I would say spacing. So it feels like these things are really pushed on top of one another from the reviews. And also I can already see some unsplash images in here, some free stock photography. So it makes me feel like these reviews are fake. So that's not great. These are really squashed on top of each other, one another. Why? So space that out a little bit and let your work breathe. You've put the work inside a frame, inside another frame with a title, and then we've got like these long transitions and things like that. Cut all that away. Too much in the UI so we can just see the work. I'm going to roast these sites so you can get the feedback quick, so you can get the benefit of an experienced creative director reviewing your work. Hopefully you see that this is a service of love to help you guys. Giro Silva Pereira. Straight away, I think this is designed for mobile. If I look at it in mobile, yeah, it just feels like the columns and everything, the one column layout really works. So could you optimize this for the desktop? Clearly a good designer, good typesetting. The second thing is maybe imagery. So there's not really any imagery in these websites. So I'm just seeing a lot of text and a lot of similar layouts with this centered, aligned layouts. Seem to be like, 4 of these top 6 ones are like that. And the only imagery is not a very great picture of this bodybuilder. So maybe look at actually the work and upgrading that. But this part's really tidy. D7 Studio, where creativity meets innovation. I'm not seeing a lot of creativity. You have to back up your message. If you're saying something, we're creative, visions into exceptional websites. Is this an exceptional website? It's hard to argue this. This white here is not good use of negative space. It's just blank space. This layout is not balanced within this frame. So work on creating an interesting balanced composition here that shows some creativity and innovation. Doesn't make me want to scroll on. There might be some great work in there. Web designer and data analyst from Calamba. So I'm not sure who you are. I'd have to maybe look in the URL. So there's that messaging is probably the first thing that stands out. I don't know where Calamba is either. Hang on a minute. Featured work. This is one of the designs, Cafe Leon, from our Framer Masterclass, as is this one with the Bark website. So these are not your work, are they? So do you say here, I worked on the Framer website? Masterclass? These are, no, you don't. Challenge. So you've just repeated it from the brief. And I created a captivating marketing webpage. No, you didn't. This is Matt Jumper's. Right, you need to take this down immediately or we're going to sue you. So that would be the first thing that you need to do. And you need to make sure you can do some designs which are quality like the ones here. So you've learned how to build websites in Framer, push into design. Because this top part here, actually, the typesetting's decent. So I think you've got the ability to do it. Don't pass off other people's work as your own. Not cool. Pentaclay Studio, product design partner for startup founders. I get what you're trying to do with this split layout, but I feel like there's a few things that just lay it down. I would say maybe just start with a grid. So this right-hand column is larger, is wider than the left-hand column, and that feels a bit weird. It's not clearly larger, or it's just a bit larger. I don't know why Works has this gap on the left, and then all your sort of CTAs are thrown out into the corners. Nav items, Let's Talk, and we've got Book a Call, Unlock Ready templates thrown out. I think there needs to be a bit of balance. Maybe the CTA needs to be in the middle here. So maybe remove some of these items and tidy that up would be my advice. But it looks like some good web design work that you can lean into. Coda. Hi, I'm Andy. Welcome to Coda. We craft unique websites to elevate your business. Leading lines is the first thing I noticed. This photograph, his eyes here are looking below the button. Put this higher so it's looking towards your headline. So it encourages, we see your human face and then we're drawn across to read it, but we don't see that first. But it's just pushed down. It looks like it's falling off the bottom of the layout. So fix that hero section. I'm sure there's more good things to come because there's a lot of just simple elegance in the rest of the design, which is nice. YMB, custom design meets Webflow development. Imagery that doesn't communicate anything. That's the first thing I noticed. So we have a huge image, which feels like it should just be a background because it's just an abstract shape that's gently animating. Why is that being put on this white field like this? It feels like it should convey some sort of message. It doesn't. I would look at that. V, digital product designer. I'm Vasanth. It's hard to read, not just because the name might be difficult for me, but we've got it in all caps. It's too small and the tracking's too tight. Three things that are making this difficult to actually read that. So I would look at general typography, I would say, because also, as well as that being illegible, the tracking line height is too much on digital product designer. Oh, we've got some really interesting kind of images here. I really like how these are art directed with this imagery here and the graphics even coming out of the phone and this illustration here. So I would actually move these up to the top because usually above the fold, all we can see is like a spreadsheet. Let's have some more nice imagery there. Faith Kenny, senior product designer. What you have put at the top center is not a great image. All these photographs of people are obviously been taken independently. They are badly cut out. They're not consistently graded. And so, although there's loads of work here, some of which looks pretty good, we are just drawn to that straight away with the faces like this on the top right here. It looks really, really nice. So I would say just pick like 6 or 9 of the best projects that back up your core offering. Just show those. Make sure the best one is at the top in the middle. Hello, I'm Agnes Lam. I'm an experienced designer. Okay, that's in all lowercase. It must be Agnes Lam because looking at the URL, but that's not a great experience. So why not just put this in a proper sentence case? The I should be capitalized, the A, the L, the E, the D. So a lot of text here. I'm feeling this isn't a great experience. This is much better typesetting. You've got typesetting skills that are not being really applied. Yeah, like the footer. Great layout, good alignment, good typesetting, good type sizes, nice little interesting button. Make the hero section look great. I don't even know what's going on here. Something's kind of animating there. Cider or Cedar. Everything your brand needs at Cedar. Book a call. Why would I book a call? That's the first thing that stands out to me. You haven't given me any reason to act. Show me some of your work. I don't even know how to get to your work. These things seem to be separate businesses. Okay, but why is it hamburger menu on desktop? Show your work, make it easy for the user. Shola Amola, digital UI, UX designer, alignment. There feels like a stepped down thing here from the nav to this big heading to here. I think they are both aligned to the left, but they feel like they're not because of these unnecessary asterisks. Also, with a name like that, both your first and last name are 5 characters. They both end with the same 3 letters. Surely there's a cool word mark design that can be made there, but alignment feels off. Ashraf Chowdhury, journey of a front-end developer. The image here is low resolution, low quality, very flat lighting. You need a high-res, professionally taken photograph if you're going to put that on the top of your website. And the way you've cut it out on a background on white and then nothing unbelief. It just feels like you've been chopped off with a guillotine, the photograph. Ankar Banerjee, product designer in India. Layout, again, feels optimized for mobile. All these kind of rounded rectangles that feel the same size. On desktop, just feels like a lot of medium-sized elements. Need some scale relationships. Big, medium, small. Not enough of that here. Another UX UI designer and illustrator. Information overload is the first thing I get here. We have all these options here on the left. We have a title, then every one of these cards is on a different color background, it feels like. And they've all got a logo and an explanation and an image, and the image is in a different sort of format each time as the mock-ups, and some have got shadows and some don't, and some just show the interface on its own without it being within a device. And there's like far too much going on. Use the space, make this into like a scrolling site where you can tell the story and unfold it. Hi, I'm Jordan, artist and designer, crafting the space where art meets purpose. Okay, I found the thing that stands out. It's purpose and experiences in this weird word art kind of style. I'm not sure where that comes from, because I'm looking here and there's some nice art direction with, you know, this one in the restaurant, and then, oh, these black and white posters actually look really cool. There's some strong typography there, but this imagery does not match that quality. So I would say simplify your type and then upgrade the imagery, or just get rid of all these funky things in the UI and just show the work, the best work that you've got on a simple interface. Eric, Webflow guy and design partner. Good design is as little design as possible. I agree with that. One of my favorite quotes from Dieter Rams. Sadly, Eric, feels like you're not following your own beliefs, because why is this "your" in a script on a jaunty angle at the beginning here? And then there doesn't seem to be any sense to this layout. We've got these things right aligned at the top, very small nav items. I don't know where my eye's supposed to be going, but you clearly have great taste. You have chosen like this modern looking font with these triangular serifs. That's interesting. It looks contemporary. It has a certain aesthetic to it, and it matches this monochromatic orange color scheme that you've used, where these all caps, they look like little captions. They work really well. As we scroll down, we can see that you've got good typesetting, good layout. You know what you're doing. Bring those fundamentals in here. It looks like a bunch of stuff has just been thrown at the canvas. Maxime, product designer, freelance, no code. The photograph, again, flat, taken on a phone, not lit properly, no directional lighting. If you're going to use a big photograph right at the beginning, it needs to be professionally taken. It's a shame, because the rest of it, like smart colors, good contrast, you know, sensible type choices, maybe like these fonts are different sizes. It's not clear why, or there's not enough contrast, but really good fundamentals. Upgrade the photograph. Sim, bringing visualized ideas to life with precision and expertise, crafting expressive and engaging solutions. I don't know what you do. Tell me what you do. Don't just use generic language and make me have to figure it out. Even these things, my work, experience, it's not really clear, like web design portfolio or whatever it is. Make it clearer. Rolu, accelerating the creation of custom pixel perfect websites for creative leaders. Similar to that earlier site, we are using this imagery here, which is taking up most of the frame and doesn't communicate anything. It's just a background. But when you put it inside a box like this, then on a white field, it becomes an image which is supposed to have some sort of messaging behind it, rather than it just being a background. If that was full screen background and you could use more of a typographic layout, it would make sense. But the way it's windowed there doesn't. And I feel that's a shame, because it shows here clearly that you guys, you know, can create tidy layouts. So lean into the skills that you've got and upgrade that hero. Amor, again, looks like it should be on mobile. Switch to mobile. Feels a bit more like the right sort of width of the columns. But here, optimize this for desktop. Optimizing for all screen sizes includes desktop. It doesn't just mean get it right for mobile. Vivek, making simple and effortless design. There's too many fonts and font sizes going on here. And that doesn't make it a simple and effortless design. Oh, and the first case study is a work in progress. Come on, Vivek. Can't be having that. Hi, I'm Nwado. Another name I've never heard of. This is awesome. Learning so many names. The first thing that stands out here is this rotating little roundel here. The kerning is all off because whatever you've used to put this onto a roundel is obviously messed it up. So we've got these weird spaces like between the F, L, and O in Webflow. And that just throws it off, which is a shame because peeking out here, as I like to see, a couple of works look really nicely art directed. Hola, I'm Andy, digital designer, Webflow developer. Right, the first thing that stands out is, what is this? Is this supposed to be some sort of work? It's like a still image of like a footer, but it's been cut off. Strange. We've got to figure out to get some good looking work in there. And then when we do go down to the work, why is this so tiny on this huge purple field? So how you display your work, the thing to work on. Hi, I'm Aziz, another one of our Nigerian viewers. Shout out to everybody in Lagos and beyond. The photographs stand out again. A little bit bizarre. This not really kind of big enough in the frame. It seems a bit strange how you're like leaning on this car, and then this one here, we've just got this like dead space at the top, and you kind of like the way you're leaning on this computer doesn't look super professional. Like if you don't have professional photographs, don't use them. Show your work instead. Victor, this is a nice layout. I think the first problem, or maybe the only problem I really see, because I like how you're showing the work and it's very neatly aligned and everything. There's good hierarchy. It's probably just this description here that says design engineer. That's not super. What is that? You're a product designer. It says UI here, design art direction. Is it just a digital designer? I guess that's what it should say. Tempfolio. Why is it temporary? This is your portfolio. Unless you've got another one, this is your portfolio. So never apologize, never explain. Just be proud. This is my portfolio, and just go for it, because I want to click into this. I'm interested in this branding. This artwork looks really nice. Maybe it's an artist you've worked with. I want to click in and do more. So that's just a little thing I noticed that would tidy up. I'd have to explore the site to see what the rest of it's like, but fix that quick. Afalabi, creative product designer transforming ideas into design. Why is ideas in inverted commas? That's probably the first thing that stands out. Or what's this like weird, like large search bar? Why does it butt up right next to resume? It's not even a search bar. Okay, it's a navigation where I can't see the nav items. They're white on white until I hover over them. So I would say that's a UX fail. Ilya, I'm a product designer who's doing impact with style, grounded decisions, attention to detail, and empathy. Just contrast. This just feels like really washed out, and I don't know why. And it's a weird composition. Contrast and composition. Mike, graphic designer, but I kind of code. So two things straight away there. I don't like that description. Graphic designer, but I kind of code. Too laid back, too casual. Like this is your work website. Like be casual with your pals, but this is just too casual. And then graphic designer, but this looks like all photography. This is not graphic design. It then seems on the left, I have to then click in to look at your logos or whatever. And then this all disappears. It's like very, very, very light gray on white. So there's that UI thing to fix, but also like, don't say you're a graphic designer, but you kind of just say what you are. And then if you're a graphic designer, show graphic design, show these flyers, show these logos, show what you do. Car Studio, digital and graphic design studio based in Copenhagen. I love Danish design. I've got high expectations here, and I like the font choices and typesetting. Again, we do have everything kind of thrown out to the corners though. And what am I supposed to do with this different cursor? Then we've got a UX fail here because I'm trying to scroll and I can't scroll. I'm trying to click. Nothing happens. So basically, I want to go up to the navigation, I guess, to look at your work. But the things that are more prominent are the things that have been highlighted in red to email you, to go to your Instagram or your LinkedIn. So they're all things that actually take me off your website. where's the next step? We need kind of a UX step here, because I'm betting there's some good work behind here, because I like the minimalism and the design decisions that have been made graphically, but UX UI can be improved. Hey, I'm Piyush, Framer developer. The typesetting is the first thing that stands out to me here. This looks like Inter, and the leading could be more. Increase the line because this G and F are nearly touching, and also the tracking, the letter spacing, there's too wide. So you wanna take that down. That's a common thing with Inter. It doesn't look great at 0%. Take it down to -1, -2%. This will look better. Just looks slightly amateurish when you do it like that, which is a shame because the rest of it is, pretty solid. Last one, webdesignpartner.pro, helping you with more customers, experience, and systems. Two things. I like to see the company name. I'm looking in the URL to find it, and I don't see it here within the actual layout. And typography is the main thing. I don't like this font choice. And then why is this on 4 lines? It doesn't need to be. Like 2 lines is plenty. And then here, it's just a weird sense of scale, like the way you've got 15 plus and then a space and then projects completed. And then this is more hard to read, this very square font. I don't think it's appropriate for this small body copy. And I'm not sure what the alignment's supposed to be. Like these need to turn into some sort of cards or have some sort of big type contrast or just something which really shows that you've got typographical skills, because the alignment and the scale relationships here don't display that. And there could be some great work here. I'm sure there is in your portfolio, but just with this in black and white, all you've got to offer is typography and it's not strong enough. I need to go for a walk outside now after reviewing that many portfolios. Thanks to everyone who was bold enough to brave public feedback, and until next time, happy designing.